You have to choose the way you're going to do it. But you can't just think that you can keep it all right here.
Right. You can't.
Because you can't. Whoop. It's not healthy.
Correct. I also think it's important to have a best friend that's on level 5 if you have a partner on level 5, because you always need a soundboard, I think.
Yes.
I think that I enjoy talking to my husband, but there are some things I want to talk to him about.
That's right.
Because sometimes he may be mad, and he's not the person I want to talk to right now.
Right.
So sometimes I need to talk to a friend who I'm on level 5 with, and she can say, you need to get yourself together. You mad right now, but you need to let this cool down. Or you're right, I don't know what to say. Like, you just gotta,
Yeah.
And if you don't have a person who is not male and not sleeping with you or kissing you to talk to, I feel like, the communication, I think that I talk to her in a different way than I do talk to my partner. Right. It's as I can't be as honest and true and to the point with him as I am with her.
Right.
I would call her and be like, I need to talk to you right now, something happened. I don't deliver that to my husband like, I ain't talk to you right now.
Right. We don't talk like that to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's important because if I'm on level 5, I know that what I'm getting back from her will be true and honest, and I trust her enough and her opinion enough that she's taken as much consideration about my problem as I have.
Right.
Like, she takes it on as herself.
Right.
Like, if this was me, how would I respond? Being a person of sound mind and judgment.
Right. Yeah. Because you think about, like, when you look at the whole gamut of success and us trying to move from point A to point B, when you're always being told by those successful people, you need to surround yourself with people who are going to get more excited about your dream than you are. Yes. And the same with the best friend. Oh, we mad at him today. Okay.
We mad at him.
And we understand that, when she at home, she got to do her little thing. Come back, okay, we're not mad anymore. All right, girl, let's do it. Get it. What's up, girl? Hey, because your best friend is going to be willing and she's going to be able to take that hit. You're going to be like, that chick is crazy.
What about best friends of the opposite sex?
I don't believe in such a thing.
Let's hear your take.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I don't.
Because that's
that is probably the most dangerous thing that you could ever do in your life.
When you're in a relationship or when you're single?
When you either.
Okay. Your take. Can you elaborate?
Because, okay, if you're married, your best friend does not need to be a man. Okay, let's think about the process when you are going through some stuff. We talking about level 5. I'm just like,
no. I'm asking because
what's happening at level 5?
No. Let me just add to this because you have. I'm not homophobic or anything like that, and I'm not against anybody living the lifestyle that they want to live.
Right.
I bring this up because there are women who have these best friends of the opposite sex, even though they're homosexual. Mm-hmm. They have them as best friends. They do, and vice versa. But go ahead. But you say it's different, but somehow it could be considered the same thing, even though this person lives that lifestyle. They're still a male. But
right. But see, if okay, I won't say that because the baby's here. I like men.
Right.
My significant other.
We don't do
Right.
We do too. It's okay.
My significant other is a man.
Correct.
Okay? Now, when I'm upset, when I'm angry at the world, what do I want? I want to be close. Now, I want that closeness whether or not it is my mate or my best friend.
True. I support that.
Okay.
I got that.
Yeah.
I
Okay?
True statement. Yes.
Okay.
So now, how smart am I?
Not.
Okay? Because now, we have to understand who we are. We are women, and we are
First.
emotional creatures.
First.
This is what's happening.
Yes.
James is my best friend. This California king over here, he's pissing off, and the world is just falling off. And I go to James.
Y'all.
So now, James is
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
all this,
Yeah, yeah.
and then I'm doing. Really? How long you think?
Not long.
Come on in, girl. Come on in.
Tell me all about it. Have a male best friend.
Like Romy Rome, huh? Romy Rome.
So when people tell you, now I
I
won't
mean,
say.
because you believe that a homosexual man will turn off
Yeah,
that for
Well,
when a
it
woman
depends.
gets close.
Now it's
Cause
that's gonna
Go ahead.
depend on.
I'm saying
And
this
this is
because
probably gonna push a lot of people, but that's
a lot of
gonna
this happening.
that's gonna depend on.
You got, you went,
Oh, no, okay.
This is gonna depend on how they made the decision to be where they are.
Oh, there you go.
And
There you go.
I agree with
There you
that
go.
because I've seen people who dated men for a very long time, and
Or
a woman who
Okay.
dated a man,
okay.
and she all through her life had heterosexual relationships, and when she was in her 20s, she started having homosexual relationships
Okay.
and maintained a very good best friend who was a man who she had had a relationship with in the past, but thought that because I'm into women and I've done this thing, you're just my friend. There's no, and they ended up sleeping together.
Of course.
And it's like, okay, well that would make sense because you've had that experience before. You have that closeness. It can lead to that conclusion.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I thank you. I thank you
Yeah.
for saying because I mean I see this a lot. I do see it a lot, and not just on TV. I'm talking about.
She's so crazy.
No, I'm serious.
No.
Because
I'm
you
serious
think about it,
because
you're
that.
operating.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because when you're operating at level 5, what did she say? She said, when we share things like I'm hurt, when you don't how I need to feel respected, and then the ultimate piece of level 5 is when you think about your stuff on the house. Who do you call?
That's what you call her.
I call AAA.
And who comes? A man.
But seriously, do you think
Right.
about, are you
Right.
thinking about calling your husband? Or your best
male
friend, or your male best friend. So at what point do you be realistic with yourself and say, you know what, this will cause a problem.
That's a good thing.
And on top of that, as women, if we're in relationship, and you will find that sometimes your mate will say, well, I think that men and women can be friends, best friends, blah, 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 blah. That's fine if you think that. That's fine. Just know that if you intend to have this type of relationship with me, it's not a lie. You don't have a best friend that's a woman. No,
You know what?
you don't have a best friend
That's a woman.
that's a woman. No. Not gonna happen. Because see, then when she fall down and skin her knee, she gonna want you to come and put
Ain't nobody got
peroxide.
time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
And don't that look. And you have to be clear with that.
Yeah, nobody got time.
I trust you all day, boo-boo. But I'm not gonna give her room to no.
Or
I
them
just Facebook, and it had a picture. It was a beautiful woman. She had on her little red bodysuit, makeup perfect. She looked like she could do like 1,000 squats in about 2 seconds. Okay? And the caption was that for work, they gotta go on a business trip. And they have to sleep 2 per room. This is your husband's roommate. I was so taken aback by how many women were foolish enough to say, I trust him. It's not a problem. I'm like, I don't know what y'all living at, but me and mine, we make enough money. That heifer gonna be in that room by herself.
Hey, business trip.
Now, if he has to stay in that room, I'm in there. I'm taking leave.
She said,
I'm just saying. Won't be sleepwalking on me. It's just not gonna happen. This whole I trust him. Okay, that's fine. But why would you even put him in that position?
Yeah, you don't mess around.
Yeah, you don't play with that. That's just you trust in the Creator, but you don't go walking on coals to see if it's gonna burn your feet because you say, "Oh, the Lord is gonna keep you safe." Yes, but don't go. Why are you walking on the coals? Your feet gonna burn. And so there. So think about that. Where you are. And the second part of that, and I think I've already mentioned it, is deciding whether or not, if you're not on level 5 with those people, or with any person that is in your group, do you want to do the work to get there? Yes, ma'am.
I feel like I can share some things with the person I'm never necessarily considered my best friend, but she biased towards me. This would be my mom.
What? Yeah.
She's biased towards me.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can't share, I can't. You know, I can, but her answers are going to be biased towards me sometimes.
Right.
Even though, you know, the attempt is to be, you know, level, whatever. Yes, there you go. To be subjective. Never mind. Just biased. Never mind.
And that's fine, but then you know, right?
Yeah.
Huh?
You kind of know
Then you know.
what you can and what you can't.
No, because it feeds into my ego. Because she's biased towards me, so she's making me right, and I'm not right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in those times, I suggest you find someone else to talk
Thank
to.
you. Which
Well,
we
I
mentioned
know,
earlier.
I know, but we're just.
But that's just what you're supposed to do. Like, I was talking to them parent, and you called them, and the first thing they said was, "What did you do?" Like, I expect my parents to be like, "You are the most amazing daughter in the world, and I know you wasn't your fault, but let's see if we can try to work some." Like, I expect them to boost me because
Right.
that's like I'm them.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And that's okay. That's what mommy. That's what we do. That's what you do. That's your baby.
Yeah, if your baby, you be like, not my baby.
Not my baby. And you might want to move when you get knocked out.
Just a little bit to the left.
On to the side. Now, so we'll move to the next exercise. Exercise 6. Intimacy. Wow. The need.
The what?
The need.
26, right?
Need.
Okay.
So when a person says that they need intimacy, what are they really saying? What are they really saying? I need intimacy. Well, again, that goes back to what do you think intimacy is? How do you see it? How do you relate to it? For women, regardless, when we think of intimacy, 9 times out of 10, we're going to say, you know what? I just want somebody I can talk to. I want somebody that's going to hold my hand. I want to be able to just be when I don't want to be. And that's it.
Yes.
And that's it.
That doesn't always take conversation though.
I didn't say conversation.
Talk out loud.
What's the key word I use? No, I use communication.
Communication.
Communication can happen all kind of ways.
What? That's true.
True.
All kind of ways.
You said that last week.
My sweetie, he can look at me and he see all this right here. All this.
Yeah. Man, feeling like y'all know what you're like. Oh, never mind.
She was talking about right.
So intimacy, the need. True intimacy, and it's important to understand what true intimacy is as it relates to a relationship. And be okay with that. And know that it happens over time. It happens over time.
Yeah.
Because you move back and forth of the different levels of intimacy. And you can do that back and forth with one person before you even hit number 5. Once you're at 5, it's like do or die. It's it. We ended the winning, buddy. You finna get it all and you just regurgitate everything and all of it. But at the same time, we also need to know and understand and be okay with the fact that we actually need intimacy. We need it. We need it. We need touch. We need to know that another person thinks that we are the bee's meat. Isn't it? You know? I'm a bag of Lay's potato chips and a Mountain Dew. That's it. Now, and once you come into grasp with that, we go into it and understand that intimacy is something that we need. We also need to be clear and understand that we don't get caught up, because a lot of times we do connect sex to intimacy. And get lost in the sauce.
Lost in the sauce.
Oh my Lord, realizing that it was, oh, well, that's just what I do. I made sure. There ain't that You know? That's it. Oh, we were intimate. No, you just did what grown people do.
Facebook quote. I just make sure.
Really, that's
I'm not bullshit. I'm just joking.
That's what she said.
Okay. So again, going back to looking at the different levels,
Right.
you got to think about how these pieces fall together, and you will find out whether or not you're actually operating within true intimacy with this person, or you have actually
Just had sex.
yeah, and it just happened to be good,
Wait, what?
you know.
Back it up.
Okay, we
She said
said,
back it up. No, you said back it up.
did you get
She
it?
said,
Never mind.
Did you get it?
What did you say? All I heard was sex. What did you say?
Really? So now you're not listening to me at all. Is this how we do? Lakeisha, really?
No, I heard what you said, but I wanted to understand. comprehend
She
So
wanted to make
going
sure.
together.
She wanted to make sure.
Because what we're trying to make sure is that we understand whether or not, if we're saying that we're operating in level 5 with
Yes.
this person,
Yes.
are we really operating in level 5, or
Right.
are we operating in a misconception of intimacy
Right.
based on sex?
Right.
So in other words, you were at 5, but you skipped 2, 3, 4.
Right.
Right.
Pretty much.
Right.
Or you think you're at 5,
Okay.
but
Think
you're
you
really
were
at
at
2
2,
and
okay.
had sex and thought that the sex bumped you up 3 more spots.
Okay, okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right. You
Okay.
get it now.
You track it down.
There you go.
You will. Okay. And don't be afraid to make those evaluations and make the necessary decisions.
Sometimes that happens.
It does.
I mean,
Hey,
yeah.
I've been with the same man 13 years. Ain't nothing going on outside.
No, but I'm saying, I mean,
So,
Before that 13.
yeah.
Yes, before that 13.
You ain't 13, so.
I'm just saying.
just saying.
Years before that.
I was young. Don't mind me now.
Yeah. She said. Oh man.
So as we work through that, we understand that we can have sex on all of these levels, every one of them, across the board.
Okay.
Okay, you can do that.
Right. You can.
Not with your best friend. Just sorry.
Yeah, no, don't do that. I would highly suggest that you not do that. But without the same level of trust. So what we're saying is we don't want to misconstrue true intimacy with sex,
Right.
because there's no trust. So you'll know when it's happening because there's no trust. If it's about true intimacy, then you've had those conversations. You can share all these things. You're clear. You're working in it. He understands. She's understanding what it is you need, what you desire, what you want. They've made this decision to participate in it. And they have it. Again, you go all of this takes us all, every step, every concept that we look at takes us all the way back to the beginning of being you and trusting you and loving, having that connection with yourself so that you can say, you know what, I get it. It's good, I like it, but we need to either figure out, okay, if this is all it is, then know that's where you are. Or are we actually going to really do the work to obtain true intimacy? And listen to the answer that you get. Don't try to change it. Because you can't change a person.
Right.
They can only make the changes themselves. You just have to be clear on what it is you are willing not to have. Now, if this is something you're not willing not to have, it's one of those things where you might have to bite the bullet, make that hard decision to say, you know what, it was good, I'm going to place you over here until I find somebody that's willing to give me all of it. I hit you up every now and again. And be just that clear. Not only be that clear, be sure to stop and pay attention to the conversation when that other person is telling you the same thing. Don't think that, you hanging from the chandelier is going to change it.
Can you say that again?
I'm just saying.
No, you might just say.
It's reality. She made the best statement. If you're not here to get married, well, you need to move on because you're not going to get married. I got some requirements. Standards.
Then, oh, you know what? Since I brought up that word,
Yes, sir.
Standards.
Oh,
Because, you know, what was that book we was reading? And they said we got all these requirements. Well, some people equate requirements to standards. Would you say don't be afraid to keep your standards?
no. Don't be afraid. You can't be. Because then,
Because
what
that's
happens?
You said a requirement. It's a
I
standard.
think
You gotta-
that's. I don't know. I think her statement with you're not ready to get married. That's.
That's a requirement. That's her standard. Her standard is that she is not entertaining. She's not spending personal time. She's not staying up at 2 o'clock in the morning listening to you talk about you got a cold.
Right.
If you're not willing, ready, and able to make that mental concept that the reason I'm dealing with you, the reason I'm talking to you is because I'm ready to get married.
Right.
Now, people are under the misconception that stars are going to be flashing and all this other kind of stuff when you walk up to somebody.
Right.
No. No. It's work.
Okay.
It is her work. And if you think that you work when you were dating, you can probably multiply that by 10,000 when you get married. Trust me.
Man. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And make it, don't be afraid to make those things clear. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I want. This is what I need. And be clear about it.
What I was saying in the book that you're talking about, the standards or the things that it was talking about to share for women, not necessarily to have, but like things like you gotta be this tall, you know,
Right.
you gotta have a good physique, you gotta,
Right.
you know, make $1 million. You know what I mean?
Right.
Those are the types of things that it said not to have. You need to have things that are characteristics,
You gotta have.
not necessarily.
Yeah.
You know, even the other day, I think Steve Harvey was saying there were two ladies, and they were saying what they wanted in a man had to be tall because they're tall. You know, $1 million or whatever, and most of them were physical things. And he was saying that every single woman in this room has everything to keep his name. So you have to be able to pick the characteristics of that person to say, because if something happens, if the bottom falls out, would you still make sure that you're taken care of? Because if he does that, whether he has money or not, if he's not a person that would do that, you don't want him if he got money, because if you don't have money, he don't do what he's supposed to, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah, that's what the book was talking about. That one.
Okay, well, and that's fine, but I am a true believer that we're gonna have to make this our last point. We need to get there. I apologize for that. And I do believe we've had great conversation and that we can hopefully be able to take what we have gotten and push it forward. And as you continue to work through the book, if you have any questions, you have my business card, you can give me a call and I can answer questions and all that good stuff. But the thing of it is that it's just like your success. Okay? What are your goals? Now, I think, and I think it's just me, you can take those same principles and apply them to choosing a mate. You can. Yes. Yes. So how do you do it? You write it down. It becomes real. So you take that thought of what you want your mate to be like, what you want him to look like. How do you want your life to be? Because what is going to be happening in that process is that you are going to begin to behave in that way as well. Because you're going to realize there are going to be certain things that you're going to have to do. Okay? You're going to have to change the circles that you're in.
True.
Because you can't find a man who's making $1 million hanging out at the corner liquor store. Okay? I'm sorry, boo, it's not going to happen. So understand that now. If that's whatever it is, be clear about it. Be clear about it, and then go on about your business. Simple as that. Be clear about it. Go on about your business. Because now, if you sitting around in a corner somewhere, oh, he ain't never coming. He ain't never coming. I'm never get nobody. I'm gonna always be by myself. And
Right.
guess what? You will be right. Because that's what you're focusing on.
Right.
So with that, I will say, thank you, lady, for coming out. In your chair, we have a Sac Girls Rock event coming up on the 24th of March. And you can actually check out my Facebook page, and it will take you to the Eventbrite, and you can purchase your tickets there. It's only $10. And you get to see me again, along with some other phenomenal women. Okay? And you also have my business card. So you can give me a call, check out my website, and ask any questions and see how the relationships can grow from there. So before we close out there, and we do have snacks out there. You spend my money. I got kids at home, so it ain't gonna go bad. Trust. So, any questions before we close out? Any questions? No? So, if you would like to be on my email list, you can sign the list back there. And also, my card has my email on it. So, if you all could really, really, really please and thank you, good, bad, or indifferent, send me what you thought about the workshop in the class.